Welcome back to Eat Sleep Game. My name is Luke and I am here to bring you some of the biggest news from the past week in gaming. It's a new thing I'm trying out. We'll see how it goes. It's been a pretty big week for Fortnite fans. The climax to Chapter 2 Season 4 was finally here, as was the long-awaited arrival of Galactus. And I gotta be honest, not a huge Fortnite guy, but I checked it out and it was pretty awesome. I kinda wish I joined it. Getting to fight Galactus in souped up battle bosses alongside Iron Man was pretty dope. I'd recommend checking it out on YouTube. But that's not where the excitement ended, however. There was a teaser of more to come from Agent Jonesy and what really could be going on with the Battle Royale Island, as well as two huge new characters finding their way into the game. Firstly, there was the Mandalorian along with Baby Yoda, of course, which was leaked and subsequently confirmed a while ago. But more recently, there was a leak that dad of boy Kratos would be joining the game, and then he did. And he's playable on other platforms too. Pretty cool. But yet another leak has suggested that Halo's Master Chief will be the next in line to join the Battle Royale shenanigans. Who knew Epic would be the ones to end the console wars? I'm super interested in where Epic are taking Fortnite next. Donald Mustard is apparently calling Season 5 the biggest event in the game's history, which is coming just after they finish up a mammoth Marvel event. Are Epic trying to make Fortnite into a cross-platform Smash alternative? I'd be down for it. Next, what would a week on Earth be without another Grand Theft Auto 6 leak or tease? Rockstar dropped a new and very short teaser for some upcoming Grand Theft Auto Online content, and in the teaser there is a set of coordinates that, when punched into Google Maps, takes you to the Middlemount Trail on the border between Virginia and West Virginia. And if you zoom in and squint a little, those coordinates take you to a bit of the trail that looks suspiciously like the Roman numeral for 6. Now, Rockstar have been known in the past for some pretty elaborate teasing, but this is borderline trolling, to be honest. Some think this means Grand Theft Auto 6 news is imminent, others think it means Grand Theft Auto 6 will be set in Rockstar's version of Virginia, some think it's pure coincidence, which it definitely isn't going by Rockstar's previous track record. And how specific to put those coordinates into the video? Come on. They definitely know what they're doing, but I guess only time will tell if this is actually a hint or some classic trolling from Rockstar. Moving on, and on top of all the scalpers swiping PS5s away from gamers, some of those lucky enough to have gotten hold of the next generation of PlayStation are being banned. This is because they are selling access to the PS5's exclusive PS Plus collection to PS4 users, which grants them access to some great games like Persona 5, God of War and Bloodborne, for instance. Now, most of these seem to be coming from China, with thousands being reportedly banned for 2 months, making their PS5s unplayable over the holiday period, which is pretty brutal. But you know what they say about playing with fire. I get that some will maybe have played all these games before, but just don't do this, guys. It's not worth being locked out of your brand new console over the holidays. According to multiple reports, Silent Hills is actually happening, guys, and it will be a PS5 exclusive. This comes from the same leaker that confirmed the God of War 2 or Ragnarok announcement. There is rumour that new Silent Hill will be revealed during next week's Game Awards, and that Kojima is in fact working on it as well. Kojima has been teasing his new product for a while, as well as Norman Reedus saying he was in talks to work with Kojima again. So could the stars align and give us that phantom game we've all longed for? PT was genuinely one of the best horror games released in the last decade, so I am all in on whatever crazy, spooky roads Kojima wants to take us down, despite not being all that fond of Death Stranding. Staying with PS5 exclusive just for a little bit longer, there has been a lot of buzz around the long-rumoured Metal Gear Solid remake from Bluepoint Games. That game could also be on the horizon, with the same leaker saying a source has told him that Bluepoint had been working on the Metal Gear Solid remake at the same time as Demon's Souls and have been for 3 years. Bluepoint themselves had been teasing 2 games for a long while, even before Demon's Souls was ever revealed. And now with Demon's Souls in players' hands, some have come across what they think is another hint to the Metal Gear Solid remake. In the Nexus, you can occasionally hear this weird sound, which I did actually notice while I was playing the other day as well. There's quite a few people that think it's a scream from Metal Gear Rex from the original Metal Gear Solid. I've listened to a comparison a lot of times and think there are definitely some similarities, but I'm still a little skeptical. Mostly because this is my first time playing Demon's Souls and I don't know, maybe there's just some big old nasty hidden in the basement. I don't know, man. I'd love for a double header where Silent Hills gets revealed and then Keeley hits us with that one more thing and we hear the iconic voice of David Hayter. Just give it to me, please. please. Sony Bend have just lost two big team members, with John Garvin and Jeff Ross announcing their departures, both of which served as directors on Days Gone, with Garvin also being credited as the game's writer. As said, these are two pretty big losses. Garvin especially, who has been with Sony Bend for a very long time, having written and directed every single game since the original Siphon Filter back on the PS1. And what a game that was. Please remake that. That would be amazing. But these aren't the only major departures this week, as Bioware have also just lost Casey Hudson once again, with Casey only having rejoined Bioware in 2017 after 3 years away with Microsoft. Hudson originally saw Bioware through a golden age of sorts, helping bring us games like Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic and the Mass Effect trilogy. Casey isn't the only departure though, as Mark Dara has also left Bioware after working on every single Dragon Age game to date. There are some pretty big shoes to fill, but here's hoping that they've left the ship back on the right course after the disaster that was Anthem. And speaking of disasters, Avengers just keeps getting worse and worse for Square Enix. It doesn't seem like we could go a day without more news on just how disappointingly Avengers has performed. From losing around 95% of its player base to reportedly not even recouping development costs, leaving Square out of pocket. Well, it's actually official now, with a transcript from Square's investor meeting saying initial sales of Marvel's Avengers were lower than we had expected and unable to completely offset the game's development costs. Some are even reporting that Avengers has only made back around 2/3 of its development cost. Big yikes. As much as I wanted and kind of still do want Avengers to do well, I really can't see them being able to turn this big of a loss into a win, which is a shame because the story was pretty good. And finally, according to Deadline, the Metal Gear Solid movie has finally found its Solid Snake. Apparently, and God I hope it's true, none other than Oscar, possibly the most beautiful collection of atoms on the planet, Isaacs, has been cast as the bandana wearing, cigarette smoking, tummy crawling Solid Snake. Isaac said a couple of years ago that he wanted to put his name in the hat for the movie. It's clear that he is a big fan of the series and is a great match for the passion that Jordan Vogt-Roberts is bringing to the movie. I'm genuinely wishing with all of my being that this is true, because I've seen Oscar Isaacs in some fantastic movies like Ex Machina and he is incredible. He is probably like the dream pick for this role. Like, I've seen like concept art and fan art that people have done and he fits so well, like especially in a young Snake. I really hope they adapt like the original Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 stories, because those aren't ones we've seen in a third person perspective. So being able to live through those, because we can't play through them for now, it would be really cool. And it would be something a bit different, because a lot of people haven't played the original 2 Metal Gear games. They've played from Metal Gear Solid and they know all about Metal Gear Solid, but not a lot of people know about Metal Gear. So it'd be really cool if he is, and if that's the direction they go, I'd love that. But whatever they do, I have a lot of faith in Jordan and Oscar. If he does end up a Snake, I hope it's true. Anyway, enough rambling from me. What do you think? If Fortnite is uniting the gaming universe, which characters would you want to join the game next? What do you make of the GTA tease? And do you think we'll get both Silent Hills and Metal Gear Solid Remake revealed at the Game Awards, or am I dreaming too big? And what do you make about the news that Oscar Isaacs will be playing Solid Snake? That about does it for today, folks. Let me know if I missed anything. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a like. And while you're down there, why not hit subscribe too? Thanks for watching, and I will see you again soon.